Welcome to the Wrestle Story. We discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Wednesday after AEW NXT, every Thursday after NXT UK, and every Friday after SmackDown. Today, we have AEW and NXT.
Yes, that's what we're here for. Today, what is up, people?
Hello, people.
How's it going?
All 0 of you.
Hello, James. What is up?
1 of you.
How is
2
everybody
of you.
doing?
How you doing, James?
Wow. NXT was good tonight. AEW, I could care less, but hey, that's okay.
Thought they both were solid.
I mean, it was a solid show, but there was nothing on AEW. Well, I suppose, actually, if you were to take a look at it, both shows didn't really have anything, like, super huge happen, if you know what I mean. I mean, like, yeah, they did have a huge moment on NXT, which is why it pushed it ahead just a smidge for me and made me like that just a bit better than AEW this week. But nothing super important happened on either of these shows, not gonna lie. But, you know, it was what it was. They were both decent shows. I just preferred NXT.
No, again, I thought both of them were solid. I didn't have an issue with either one of them. So, we'll see. Hello, Mrs. Gleen.
Prefer.
How is it going?
It is going good.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. AEW. AEW. Dream returning is a big deal, to be honest.
It is a big deal. I agree with that. That was like the big moment on NXT, but there was just like, I'll get into it.
Leading up to that.
I'll just get into it.
She's talking about leading up to that.
I'll just get into it. So we're going to start with AEW because, well, that's what we always do. So AEW starts with Moxley versus Ortiz. I don't know if this match actually ended or not. If it did, I would assume Moxley won. But if not,
Santana's
then,
not
hey, whatever. Moxley ends up pulling out his keys to his car, you know. And he takes the keys and stabs Santana in the eye, the other dude. So that was neat.
I'm glad it's going.
I just don't care for it. Like, I just don't care for the whole, like, oh, let's stab each other in the eye thing.
I love the thing. An eye for an eye, man. An eye for an eye.
I don't care,
I have no
though.
idea what happened on either NXT or AEW. Well, good thing you're here, starring John, because we can share with you.
Yes. I don't care
loved it.
I don't care for this because personally to me it looks really fake.
Personally to me, it's old school. This is what it's about, man.
I don't care.
Old school wrestling.
It might be old school,
telling a story.
It might be old school. It might be telling a story. I don't really care. Personally to me, I don't think it tells much of a story.
Tell the story, an eye for an eye.
It might be an eye
Moxley
for
is
an
doing
eye. I got that.
Guess what?
I understand it, but to me, it's cheesy and it looks really fake.
Can I share something with you?
What?
Someone else is going to get it next week.
Awesome.
Just
Moxley's going to get his other eye taken out.
No, not Moxley.
Oh boy. Then he'll be blind.
Someone from the inner circle is going to have it happen to them. Another person.
Jake Hager.
Mark it down. Jake
Hager.
I don't think so. It's going to be one of the Stooges.
Sammy Guevara. No, don't take his eyes out. Don't do that.
That would ruin his whole book. It's going to be one of those guys.
It's got to be the other dude then.
Because Moxley's going to work his way through.
It's got to be Ortiz.
The inner circle.
Like. Okay.
I love the way they're building the feud. I do too. I think this is awesome. I think it's great. It's what wrestling has missed, and what they're doing with them is pretty cool, I think.
Like I said, I personally, with the whole like stabbing each other in the eye with things, like I just think it's super cheesy and it looks really fake in my opinion. And so I personally don't care for it. I don't really see a use for that type of stuff. If they're doing something different, then cool. But like stabbing someone in the eye, like, yeah, you and me, we both know bro's not blind.
Wrestling is entertainment, and that's what they're doing.
I don't care though. To me, this is super fake though.
I wouldn't watch Superman, and I thought that was fake.
This is super fake though, in my opinion, just because I feel like. Okay.
Well, it is. You know he didn't really have his eye.
His eye got taken out, which is why to me it's like I think it's super cheesy, and I just don't like it.
Okay. Well, yeah, we should just go out and wrestle and not tell any stories, because they're all cheesy.
If dude was like, oh, I'm gonna stab you in the side of the forehead, like boom, and then they had like fake blood or whatever coming out, or real blood, I mean whatever, cool. I believe that more than I'm gonna stab you in the eye. You know? That's just my personal opinion, preference. My hair's coming out. I just don't.
That's fake.
My hair is not fake.
No, your hair coming out's fake.
It is not. My hair is actually coming out. I gotta repin it down. Because it fell out. It's so annoying.
I think that what they're doing with this is awesome. I love it.
I mean, the build-up is cool and stuff, but I just don't like the whole let's stab each other in the eyeballs.
All right.
Because I think it personally is super fake.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. I get it. Some people like that stuff. I just don't.
You won't like next week, then. What happened with the match between Britt and the new girl? We'll talk about it, James. We will talk about it.
We'll get to that. We then get STU versus Best Friends. This is another match that I was just going to like, okay, cool. Whatevs. STU won, and then I knew this was coming after. Dark Order attacks them, and the Dark Order stands tall. And then Orange Cassidy comes into the ring, and Dark Order has a mask, and they go to hand it to him, and he goes and puts his hands in his pockets. And then he proceeds to get beat up. Christopher Danielson comes down, and Dark Order, they step off. They're like, no, we're leaving.
There's another solid segment.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good segment. The match, though, was just like, whatever. We knew SCU was going to win.
Again, I mean, both of these segments, you start to show off with this, and I felt that both of them were solid.
Sure. They were solid segments. I like the second one better. I knew Dark Order was going to come out, though. Yeah. I think everybody expected Dark Order to come out. You know, if SCU's out there.
Well, considering they're recruiting them.
Dark Order's not going to be too far behind. We then get Britt Baker versus Yuka Sakazaki.
How you doing, Scott?
You will never believe what article I read today. Oh boy.
We might believe it, Scott. You never know.
Britt Baker versus Yuka Sakazaki. Okay, going into this, I'm like, personally, I don't really care for Yuka Sakazaki.
I just like the name.
I have since then...
Yuka Sakazaki!
I've since then... See, but, it sounds really, like, mean, right?
I'm Yuka Sakazaki.
But then she comes out there and she's all... it's a total opposite.
Yeah.
But...
Till she goes postal on you.
Yuka Sakazaki, I did not super care for her today. Yet today. Before. Now, I like her a little better.
That's because she got hit by the bell.
So, Yuka Sakazaki won.
Yes. Britt Baker loses.
Then,
James, just so you know,
hits
Britt lost.
Yuka with the bell.
But it was cool because the whole idea, I think, is setting up Britt to be a heel.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I like what they're doing with this.
Me too. She's going to be the one to take the title off Riho.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I haven't been a Britt Baker fan. What they've done with her
in
the
last
couple
two weeks
has been good.
I agree. 100%. So, Britt then hits her upside the head with the bell, and, that was cool. Baker as a heel is a step in the right direction. Now she needs to work on the in-ring part. I agree with you on that. Still, the in-ring stuff is just still a little sketchy, but with her character being more over and being better, I think it kind of covers up the fact that her wrestling skills kind of suck.
I think she can relax a little more, and I think we'll see her get better in the ring. But I mean, with what she's done the last couple weeks, I think I didn't think she was good on the mic. I didn't think she was good with any of that. But what she's done in the last 2 weeks, or really, it's been the last 3 weeks, hasn't it?
Since whenever the boat thing was.
Because she ripped on JR, didn't she?
That was last week.
She ripped on
then
Tony.
The week before that was Tony. That was the boat. So it's 3 weeks.
It's 3 weeks that she's done a heel thing, and I think that right now what they're doing with her is really good. I think it's something that's needed. I think that she has a shot to get over with the fans doing it this way, rather than trying to be.
Dude, she got Britt Baker sucks chants tonight. Not like because hey you suck, but like you suck because we don't like you.
That's what I'm saying.
Like so that was good for her. So after this happened, she then went on to stick Yuka Sakazaki's mouth on the ropes, and then she like beat her head.
Yeah.
And then there was like blood everywhere. And I was like, what?
Yes.
Yuka Sakazaki then, like, she bled everywhere with the tooth. She lost like a tooth or something. It was like, what? That was kind of cool. It was a neat thing. A nice little touch. And then she did her like the jaw thing, whatever she calls that. Whatever. What is it called? Does anybody know? Her finishing move with the jaw, and she like clamps down like the mandible claw or whatever. She did that, and
that's funny.
That was that. It was like the end. She just like held her there, but you couldn't keep it locked in because there was too much blood. It was really cool though.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was a good segment,
Yeah.
They really need to sign more credible women's wrestlers out of the division. The division is nowhere near improving, in my opinion.
I agree. I think they need to work with. They need to do something with the women's division, but I think turning Britt heel is helping the division some. I think they need to sign more people. I think they need to put more wrestlers out there and try and get them over. But I think having Britt go heel is a step in the right direction in trying to make it better. But sorry, I got a retweet from AEW tonight.
So I don't know. I thought it was a good segment. I thoroughly enjoyed this one on the show. We then got what personally, again, to me, I just kind of was just like, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Lucha Bros and Butcher and Blade versus the Elite and Adam Page.
Again, this is telling a story.
But what story though? I get it. Adam Page doesn't want to be a part of the Elite.
Yes.
I got it. I already knew that.
Yeah.
I didn't really need this to, like...
There was no Nightmare Collection, so that was a plus.
Like, I don't really need to see, like,
Again, I don't have an issue with this. This is building up.
I guess in the sense of like Adam Page lost for the Elite, so maybe the Elite is gonna like lose trust in him and is gonna be like, well, actually, you can go. We don't actually like you anymore. You keep losing for us,
Yeah.
So I don't know. So Lucha Bros and Butcher and Blade won. Cool, whatever.
How about Chris Statlander and who's challenging Rio next week? And Trick question, maybe Britt's move is called Lockjaw.
Lockjaw, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
She like, does
Yeah.
the thing and the thing. The thing.
That's what happens when you're a dentist. You do things like that.
That
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Squishes their jaw. That makes sense, Lockjaw. That makes a lot of sense. So after this, Kenny Omega has an interview, but he doesn't get to speak at all because Pac is on the screen. He says, I don't know what I have to do to get you to pay attention. Obviously, last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, Michael Nakazawa, he means nothing to you because you did nothing. You didn't come after me. You didn't come find me after I beat him up. So he obviously means nothing. So how about little Riho here? Kenny says, fine, you got your match, just don't touch her. Pac says, oh, I'd never hit a woman. I'm not a beast. But she is. And then Nyla comes out of nowhere and attacks Riho. And then she says something along the lines of like, you're next. Getting you next week. Whatever. We then get a Darby Allin video and
so far out of all these segments, they've all been really good, I thought.
I like the Kenny Omega one. I thought the whole setting up of the match, I thought it was good.
Yeah, it's a good segment. Another one that was interesting. It's telling a story, and it's building something up. And it's not the same thing every week.
I get that. I agree, I suppose. We then get a Darby Allin video. Essentially, like, he didn't really talk much because he was just kind of like, because, last week or whatever, you got his, like, throat.
Yeah, I got his throat
thrown into the skateboard.
Yeah.
I like this whole thing, with the fact that, Britt, now I can't speak.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Good segment.
I heard, Pac versus Kenny is going to be an Iron Man match.
The Pac versus Kenny would be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Definitely a good one. And an Iron match would be good though too. I mean, to put on top of that, so I think it'd be good. Awesome NXT and AEW. Definitely Elijah. It was awesome. I thought both shows were really good. Britt Baker new gimmick is pulling people teeth out and dream return, baby. Yes, Britt. Yeah, we just got done talking about Britt Baker and her. I think that what they're doing with her has helped her out more than anything that they had done with her prior to the last 3 weeks.
Agreed.
Turning her heel was probably helped her out.
Agreed. So then that was the next segment.
No, Gleen, it's Yuka Ellis. Sorry, man.
So.
Or Eli's, is that what it is?
I don't know. No idea.
Who? Eli. There.
So, we then get Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford versus Joey Janela. I like this match.
Small steps, Elijah. Small steps with her. We got her turning heel. Everything else fall in place.
I like this match a lot. This whole feud is good.
Yeah, I think the feud is
good. Just Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. They're just something else.
Yes.
They're just so good.
Yeah. Again, I think it was the whole thing is good.
I
still want Chris to take the title from Rio. I don't think she's gonna take the title from Rio and James.
No, I don't think so. I think it's gonna be Britt.
Don't think so.
So Kip Sabian won. One thing I will say that I hated about this. Okay. I have a problem. When this is not only AEW, but WWE does this too. When you have a manager type person who happens to also wrestle at ringside with you, and they get thrown off of the apron, everybody goes, "Oh my gosh, I cannot even believe that they just did this and blah blah. Oh my gosh, I can't believe, is she okay? Blah 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 blah." I'm like, dude, you aren't fooling anybody, okay? First, we know Penelope Ford is a, wrestler, and she has wrestled in the women's division. So, why are we making a big deal when she gets knocked off the apron? I don't get that. And the same thing, when Andrade and Zelina. Something happens where Zelina gets hit. Zelina Vega is a freaking wrestler on the roster, okay? She gets hit. It's not gonna, knock her out,
no.
Okay? I hate when they do that. Because I'm like, dudes, we know they're in the division. We know they wrestle. We're not stupid. They're not gonna be knocked out, okay? if that's the way it worked, then their matches that they have should be 2.2 seconds. So, like, guys, come on. I thoroughly dislike when they do that, and they did that in this match where Penelope Ford got knocked off the apron, and then they were all like, oh, I can't believe she got hurt, and blah, is she okay? Will she ever be okay again? And I'm like, dudes, stop. Please. Just stop. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing that super annoys me.
Yeah.
It's when they're like, oh my gosh, they're dying.
Again, it's part of the show.
But I hate it because they do that with all of, like, the manager type things that are also wrestlers. Like, if they're just, like, a manager, okay, cool. But if they're, like, a wrestler, too, and they're, like, in the division, and they're, like, having matches weekly, like, no.
Are we back to face Gleen finally?
Like, guys, come on. I hate that. Anybody else? Is this me?
You never know what you're going to get, Elijah.
Like, I just hate it.
Never know. Never know what you're going to get.
I just hate it. So, Kip won. Cool. I'm okay with that. We then get Chris Jericho and Santana, or whatever. They're backstage. I didn't quite pay attention to what was happening here because
I loved it.
I was paying attention to NXT because there was
hilarious.
stuff happening over there that I had to, like, I think this was during the Rhea segment or whatever,
Yeah.
so I was trying to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Because Jericho was just speaking, and he was talking about how, oh, next week, blah, 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 I can't believe, who would do such a thing?
Yeah.
Who would poke another man's eye out? Who would take a spike and poke him in the eye? I can't even believe you.
Yes.
And I'm like, Jericho, you did that.
Yes.
So. Santana is good on the mic.
And Santana got mentioned on NWA he got mentioned without getting mentioned.
Santana and Ortiz, both.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so we watched NWA this week. Eddie Kingston, I believe is what his name is. Bro, Santana and Eddie Kingston, they look so much alike, it's not even funny.
They're cousins.
They are?
That's what he said.
Oh.
I don't know if they're actually cousins or not.
If they're cousins,
brothers.
they look so freaking similar. It's like nuts.
Does everybody know?
Like,
Does everybody know who we're talking about?
Eddie Kingston from NWA and Santana. Like, they look so much alike, I was like, whoa, that's freaky weird. Like, if they're related, then, like, cool. That explains it. But they look so much alike, it's not even funny. So, that was Jericho's segment. And then we get MJF and Cody and the 10 lashes. Okay. The ending of AEW was terrible.
I thought it was good.
Okay. Couple things.
I thought it was good.
I thought it was good and decent, but I thought there was going to be something else that happened at the end, and that was it. NWA changed their theme intro.
Yes, they did.
Elisha's not excited about that.
I know I'm not excited either. I like the old theme. I like the old theme better.
Agreed.
Definitely agree.
The old theme is better. But hey, whatever. So MJF brings out Butcher and Blade. And they're just like standing at the top of the ramp, like making sure Cody doesn't go anywhere or whatever. And then Cody's getting like hit in the back about 35,000 times, and then Arn comes out and is like, "Don't give him the satisfaction, don't do it." And so Cody, continues to get up and blah blah. And then Dustin comes out and is like, "Oh, let me take him, please, let me do it." And MJF's like, "You want to take the rest? That's not how this works. Get out of my ring and watch like everybody else." The Young Bucks then come out, and they're like, "Yeah, Cody, you got this. Cody. And then Brandy comes out and is like crying and is like so sad, and Cody's like, "No, I can't do it." And she's like, "Yes, do it." And then Cody takes all 10 lashes, and then MJF hits him, and he legit sprints out of the building. Guys, then not even kidding you, okay? Like, we're standing there, and we pan to the ring, and then we pan back to MJF, and then we pan back to the ring, and then we pan back to MJF, and, like, some dude is coming at him, and JR on commentary is like, "What the heck is happening?" And I'm like, what? And then the dude just disappears, and MJF is just left standing there, and I'm like, dude, I think that was a fan. Yeah. I think that was a literal fan
That's the
that just
Gold and Brandy. Yes.
went and tried to beat the crap out of MJF. I was like, What?
Yes, Eddie Kingston was in Impact with Conan and LAX. Yes, definitely. I was just curious if he was like cousins with.
Because they look so similar.
Or if they're actually brothers. I don't know. I couldn't find anything.
Santana.
Looking real quick, I couldn't find anything. But he mentioned them on the show last night, so that's why I was curious. This MJF Cody thing, a lot of people don't like it just because they don't like the way they did it. I think they drew it out a little bit too long, but overall, I like what they're doing with it.
Mm-hmm.
They made it like, okay, Cody has to jump through hoops for this guy that's just a jerk. And I think this is the way to try and get MJF to be a true heel.
Yeah.
And not, because people like MJF. And so I think that trying to get him to be a heel is what they're trying to do here. Elijah, I don't like Baron Corbin, but 6 heels best in the business. Right now, Randy Orton's one of the top ones, I think. I would agree Nick Aldis is. MJF has definitely been a heel. Chris Jericho is definitely a heel. I don't watch enough of Impact or Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
I've seen some of Sami Callihan, but not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say on him. Baron Corbin, I don't know that Baron Corbin's a
Baron
heel.
Corbin is not a heel.
He's just, like, annoying.
We just don't like Baron Corbin. That doesn't mean he's a heel. I just don't like him.
But I can say four of the 6 you have on there definitely are probably the top, 4 of the top heels in, yes, Nick Aldis, definitely. I would say that 4 of those 6 are probably 4 of the top heels in wrestling. And you know what the thing about Nick Aldis is? He reminds me a lot of Ric Flair. Without the woo and, the
See,
walking
I haven't
around.
seen enough of him to
But
but from what I've
watching
seen
him-
over the last couple times I've paid attention-ish to NWA, he's really good on the mic. And he is like a good heel man.
He reminds me when I was young and watching wrestling, he reminds me of a younger Ric Flair. A little bit of Harley Race. Yeah, I can see a little bit of Harley Race in there. How you doing, observing stuff? I like the strategy against the Undisputed Era. Find them, beat them up, keep beating them up, beat them up. Jay White is probably better than all 6 you mentioned, to be honest. See, I don't know enough about.
Yeah, Jay White, he's in Ring of Honor, right?
Yeah.
And we don't.
It's something we talked about expanding on just to get
check it out.
a good idea on some of those things.
Mm-hmm. Especially with the fact that NWA and Ring of Honor.
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with all this staying in AEW.
AEW? You mean NWA?
Or in NWA, sorry.
I think having him
I would
in
like
NWA
to see a crossover between.
Having him in NWA, I think, is a bigger deal than having him in AEW. Like,
Where's my mouse?
So I don't know.
There.
Like, I think just.
Jay White is good. I don't watch too much of his.
No, I'm thinking of Jay Lethal. Isn't that who it is? Is that who's in Ring of Honor?
I don't know.
See, now we look stupid.
See.
Jay Lethal? There's 2 different Jays. Whatever. There's way too many
NWA,
people.
AEW, and JPW, Ring of Honor partnership. Yeah, I would love to see that. I mean, you already have, obviously, NWA is working with Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to see it with having them work with all 4 work together.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be an interesting combination. I think doing the crossover makes things kind of interesting. That's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to kind of watch some of the Ring of Honor, is because of the crossover with Nick Aldis.
Yeah.
And
Marty Scurll. Yeah. So guys.
So which is why we talked about doing some Ring of Honor stuff and
No, anyways, like I was saying, I think Nick Aldis being a strictly like NWA guy, I think that gives a huge draw to NWA.
Oh, definitely.
And so I think
having him go
to AEW, like for AEW, just to be on AEW, I feel like that almost be like I don't know.
How you doing, Justin?
It'd be good for AEW, but I don't necessarily know if it'd be the best thing for Nick Aldis.
I don't think so.
He's in a good spot in in NWA, and
Well, I agree. I think that right now in NWA, I think that is the best place for him. I think that not that he couldn't make it elsewhere,
but I think NWA is the best
but I
place for him.
think that I think that that's exactly where he needs to be, just because his character, I think, fits in the BA and the way they're promoting things.
Yeah.
So it's where he belongs, I guess.
Yeah.
All this fits good in NWA, but never say never in wrestling. I agree. I mean, it's not that I don't think he could go somewhere else and be good.
Because, yeah, I totally think he could go to AEW and be good. I just think I think it's better that he stays in NWA because, like I said, not only is that good for NWA, and he's like a huge name for them, but, like, I don't know.
Well, the thing about Flair is like, he was NWA.
Yeah.
And I think he lost some of that going to WWF.
Yeah.
Just because NWA does a good job of telling stories.
Agreed.
And I don't think the WWF, especially, over the last 5 years,
yeah,
probably does a good job telling stories.
Agreed.
And having storylines to go with it.
It's, set. Iron Man match. 30-minute Iron Man match. Pac versus Kenny in 3 weeks. Also, a tag team battle royal. I don't know what that means, but a tag team battle royal too.
Yeah.
So, that's neat.
Alright.
So, next we have NXT, which I thought was a very good show. I thoroughly enjoyed NXT tonight. We start the show off with the Broserweights. Yeah. They come out in a golf cart, decked out in Broserweight gear.
How's the women's division in NWA? James, if you haven't watched it, I think you would love it. They pushed the women.
Yeah. They were the main event of this week's show.
Yeah.
And it was a really good match. So.
They do a good job of pushing the women. And the strange thing is which show is better tonight?
Personally, I think NXT was better.
I thought it was kind of a push, but I mean, they both were good. So it's just here's what I'll tell you, Justin. I think tonight was probably a matter of opinion.
Pete Dunne looks like a different person when
yes,
he's
definitely.
Here. 100%.
I think it's a matter of opinion. If you like the AEW stuff, I think the AEW people would go, well, AEW was better tonight. I think if you like the NXT stuff, then I think people go that, NXT was better. So, if you like watching both and, are sincerely, being unbiased, I think you would say, okay, both of them were good.
Dark Order, Young Bucks, SCU, Proud and Powerful, Private Party, Best Friends. That's who is in the Tag Team Battle Royal, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Jon Moxley should grow his hair out. He looks like Solid Snake. That is funny.
So, Broserweights. They come out in a golf cart, decked out in Broserweight gear, with the Tag Team Classic Cup in it. Matt says the Broserweights are the Dusty Classic champions. Tonight, the celebration continues, bro. Look at the Dusty Cup on the Broserweight mobile. Yes.
Definitely, these guys, a lot of people complain about having them put together.
They are the best thing in the tag team division.
They are awesome.
I love them. The Broserweight mobile.
I did not watch AEW Dark, no.
It's a thing. Dunn says, I would have never thought we'd be a team. Not in a million years. Bro was like, well, it all worked out, bro. Undisputed Era comes out. They say, let's not wait till Portland. Roddy, well, it was just Fish and O'Reilly who came out. And then Roddy stops them. And then, I kid you not, I don't even know if I'm going to say this right or remember it right or whatever. But something happened. I didn't catch everything that happened here or what Bobby Fish said. But Riddle said something along the lines of like, oh, he just said Fish. And then it was like, I don't know, let's see here. He said like a tongue twister. I'm going to have to find the stupid tweet because I'm not going to say it right. And I don't want to look like an idiot. Share your thoughts on this segment while I find it.
That was a good segment. I thought it was awesome. Nxt Aew was great. The worst part of the show was calling the golf cart the Broserweight mobile. I'm halfway joking. That is extremely corny. Oh, it is definitely corny. I mean, but I think it works because of who they are. I think that's why it works.
Agreed.
I think it works really good. How can I watch NWA? I tried it everywhere. It is on YouTube, James. If you just go to YouTube and look up NWA Power.
Yes. How much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish?
Yeah.
And he sang it 9 times. I don't know how he did not trip out. I can't even speak
he was
like a normal
it.
person.
I mean, a line after line, it was how much fish could
how
Bobby
much
Fish
could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? And then he did that over and over, and I was like, dude, I can't say that once.
Yeah.
So he must have had to practice it a lot.
Definitely.
Cause man,
it's a tongue twister.
Woo! But it was really funny.
I like
and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Dunn then says, all that matters is that at TakeOver, we are going to smoke the Undisputed Era.
The funny thing about this whole thing is, and what makes this so great,
is Pete Dunne the whole time.
You have Riddle doing his dancing around thing, and you have Pete Dunne standing there going.
It's so funny. Just the two of them, they really balance each other out.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding you when I say that.
It is on. It airs.
It's every Tuesday.
Yeah, it's every Tuesday
at
6:05 Eastern.
This means Tuesday, apparently. Every Tuesday. Like you said.
6:05 Eastern.
There you go. And it's just a video, so you can go back and watch it anytime after that.
And they seem to have extended it the last couple weeks.
Oh, boy.
Because it was only about 50 minutes long, and the last 2 weeks.
Well,
the one last week's I thought would be longer just because of their pay-per-view. And then this week's was an hour and 10 minutes. So I don't know if they're planning on doing that every week, or if what their plan is. It's pretty good, James. I mean, if you like the old school wrestling, I will tell you go check out NWA.
So, I thought that segment was a really good one to open the show. I thought it was funny. I thought, it was funny.
I don't know how Pete Dunne keeps a straight face.
I don't either, because Matt Riddle's freaking hilarious.
Well, he's out there bouncing around and singing his song, and the crowd's getting into it, and then Pete Dunne's just standing there. And I'm like, dude, how do you even keep a straight face?
How do you not, yeah. I mean, come on. Oh my gosh.
I saw Melina in NWA. Yes, she is on NWA.
Do you still have your list from Monday? Guys, I do have my list of how I'd rearrange the women's division. I'm glad somebody remembered. Guys, I do have it. I have to open up the tab, but I do have it. And if you guys want to hear it when we're done talking about NXT, I'll tell you who I'd put where. So, we next have Angel Garza, who is fighting Isaiah Swerve
Pete Dunne doesn't even need to talk with Matt Riddle with him.
Exactly. He really doesn't. Angel Garza versus Isaiah Swerve Scott. This was a good match. These two guys have really freaking great matches together. They're really good. The one disappointment I will say is Zelina Vega did not come out with him.
No, here's what I'm going to say about the match. Early on in the match, there was some, overall I thought the match was good. But early in the match, there was too much, it seemed too staged, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, their clotheslines were, going way above where they would, put a normal clothesline.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, what? It doesn't even look like this is real. And they had a couple things that happened early on in the match. It got better as it went on. But I felt that early on in the match, there was just too many spots that looked too out of place.
Yeah.
Stop it, both of you. I love the early match fight scene thing.
What? I'm happy Zelina didn't come out. Honestly, I think just for the aspect of continuity and, if Zelina is going to be Garza's manager, wouldn't it make sense to have...
You would think so.
If that's what they're doing. If it was just, a one-time thing that Garza just came out to mess with, Humberto, I suppose it makes sense that why she didn't come out. But, to me, at the same time, it doesn't make sense because, like I said, if she's going to be, his manager, at least for the next month while Andrade's gone, wouldn't it make sense for her to be at NXT too with him?
You would think so. Garza seems to be working on Raw until Andrade is done with 30 days suspension, which is good because it's too early to call up Garza anyway. I don't know. I thought what he did with this week with him and Humberto, I thought what they did was awesome. I thought what was good. And he drew a reaction from the crowd.
Yeah. I disagree with you there. I think Garza could go up to the main roster and be fine. Okay. Main roster. He could go over to Raw and be fine. Yeah. I think he has the look. He has the talent. He got the reaction from the crowd. His mic skills might not be the best. 90% of the time, at least what he did this week on Raw was he did cut a Spanish promo, but that's okay. He did get a reaction from the people.
Yeah.
And it was because he was beating up Humberto and Rey Mysterio.
Yes.
So, honestly, I think he would be fine on the main roster.
The thing is, no matter who he was fighting, he drew a...
He did draw a reaction. Roderick Strong versus the Kid.
That's funny, Mark.
That was hilarious. I don't know. I think Garza could hold his own on the main roster, and I think he'd be fine. Yes, he has it all, but I don't really trust their booking. I agree with you there. Their booking is not that great, but in all honesty, Raw has been better over the last month than... actually, I'm going to say Raw has been better this whole first part of this year, 2020, than it has been in a long time. So, honestly, at this point, yes, the booking is still a little sketchy. Some things still don't make sense. But...
It's better than it was.
It's better than
it has been.
It's way better than it has been.
Yes. Definitely.
I mean, let's just take SmackDown, for example. SmackDown's doing the same crap every week, okay? This week, we're probably going to see another 6-man tag match between the Usos, Roman, and what's their faces. Probably going to get that again. Because that's what the last... since they moved to Fox has been.
Yeah, I agree.
So, Raw has been so much better. So, I would be okay with them keeping Garza on Raw. Yeah. At this point.
It definitely could work in his favor. I think that with Andrade's suspension, observing stuff, I think that it definitely, I think it's helped at least put him out there.
Ray needs to quit before they make him an old man jobber. He's too good for that.
I agree. I think he needs to.
Who doesn't like a good old dog food main event?
I think that Ray is probably...
Even though Ray is doing good putting people over. Yeah. I agree with that. I'm just over Ray at this point. I don't want to see him go after the U.S. title again. I don't want to see him go after any of the huge championships anymore. I don't think, personally for me, I just don't think that's what he should be doing.
Well, I think the big issue is they don't have a set storyline for Ray.
No, he's just kind of all over the place, and he mixes in with all these different storylines, and it's just kind of like, why? Yeah. Leave.
And I think he gets lost because people are going, well, this is stupid. Why is he in this storyline? Why is he in that storyline? Mm-hmm. And I just don't think they have a good spot for him. If they had a good spot for him, I'd be okay with Ray doing stuff, but they just don't seem to... they don't seem to have a good storyline for him to stick into and leave him in it and not having 14 different things.
What they should have done, in all honesty, I get it. If Dominic is not ready, cool. Then I guess hold off, and that's maybe what they're waiting for Ray to retire for when Dominic's ready, but that could be forever. So, honestly, what I think they just should do to finish out his stuff is, like, when they were doing the whole Brock Lesnar thing, I thought maybe they would, like, do something with, he got beat up or whatever by Brock, and then Dominic came out to help him, but then it's like, haha, psych.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah.
You should
have done something with
You should have retired a long time ago, see?
I agree.
Like, honestly, I don't know.
Goldberg is on SmackDown Friday, yes. Definitely.
Ray is super creative. He always has new cool moves despite his age. His creativity gets better with age. He should have coached Ricochet.
That would have been good. I think him coaching Ricochet would have been awesome.
Mm-hmm. Which show was better tonight? Personally, in my opinion, I thought NXT was better. Mr. G here.
Well, Fetchini, I would tell you, I thought both of them were really good. I think that... like I said earlier, I think it just depends on... If you're an AEW fan, you're going to say AEW is better. If you're an NXT fan, you're going to say NXT was better. And for people that don't have blinders for one show or the other, I think would probably go... I thought both of them were decent and solid.
Mm-hmm. So, Angel Garza won. And then he gets on the mic. He says, you see, I beat Swerve. And this Monday, I took out my cousin, Humberto, and I took out Rey Mysterio. And as you all know, I did not lose my Cruiserweight Championship. And Devlin, I know you're here. So I'm watching you, baby. I'm coming for you. This guy.
Yeah.
Like, even though his English is not that great, no, it's not. This promo was still really good.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Somebody said it the other day. He's got, like, Eddie Guerrero, like,
I agree.
like written all over him.
I agree.
Bully Ray on Twitter, he said the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, he really does.
Yeah,
I think he could be the next Eddie Guerrero.
The next big Latin superstar.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, man.
No, I agree. I think he does. I think he's got star written all over him as of right now. As long as they do it right with him and don't like kill him in some storyline.
I was hoping Humberto.
So were we. So I was
I
hoping
really
Humberto
thought
would have showed up too.
I honestly thought Humberto was going to show up.
Who should be the next Eddie? Garza or Andrade? Garza.
Garza, 100%. I feel like Andrade just he doesn't have that spark.
He doesn't have the personality
that Garza has.
Andrade just to me doesn't seem to have.
But see, even like Garza, he comes out, his music hits, and you look at him, and you just sit there and say, that guy has it.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. There's some people you sit there and go like they have an it factor.
Andrade
I think he has it. And
Andrade's good in the ring, and I love Andrade to pieces. I think he's so great. One of my favorites on Raw. But Garza just has, like, he has that
hell no.
factor that you just, like, look at him and,
Andrade
like,
needs Lena by proxy.
Like,
yes.
You just look at Garza and you just see star.
Yeah.
Like, I don't look at Andrade and say,
superstar.
You're the superstar.
No.
I think he will always be a mid-card.
But I don't think he's he's not one that I sit there and go, yeah, I really absolutely need to 100% see him if he's wrestling like somewhere close. I need to go buy a ticket and watch him.
Yeah.
Where Garza, I would say I would probably go, okay, he's good enough. I'd want to go see him.
The Zelina thing is annoying and makes me not want to watch the matches. I can agree with that to a certain extent, but the issue I have with that is like, I just don't think. I think Andrade needs Zelina.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, he 100% needs Zelina, and if they broke them up, I think Andrade would just.
He'd be in trouble.
He would fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
I just don't think.
Unless they build up some other storyline or something with him.
I really don't think he has a shot to go anywhere without Zelina, which sucks to say because, like I said, he's really good in the ring. It's just the fact that his mic skills are in question because his English is not very good. So, like, that's what Zelina's there for, and if he doesn't have that, then, like, he's nothing.
I agree.
So, I don't know, man. The funny thing is...
to answer your question, LaFettuccine, should NXT be a 3-hour show? No.
I don't think so.
I like it at 2 hours. I think it works good. I think they do a really good job with it.
If they didn't do it 1,000 times, I could understand. Maybe he should have a feud with someone else with a female manager. See, I threw around the idea the other day, if Andrade comes back and, you know, Zelina's, like, helping Garza, at first he can be like, oh, yay, we've got, you know, you now, Garza, you're here in our corner. And he slowly over time gets jealous of Garza because Zelina is, like, helping him more or whatever the case may be. And so that makes him jealous, I suppose. I could see them splitting them up for that, but they have to build that up well and decently. So then Andrade actually has a shot at, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Because, like, does Garza need Zelina? No.
I think they could try Garza and Andrade as a tag team. I just think that...
Maven, WWE doesn't like heel versus heel. But I think in that situation, if you were to have...
I don't know how well they would work.
If you were to turn Andrade on Garza, I think it would automatically, make Andrade the bad guy. And people would want to cheer for Garza because they like him better.
you would probably get more of a... Andrade would probably get more of a pop from that than anything he's done to this point.
Yeah.
Just based off of what we saw the other day.
Andrade in NXT was really good, and I liked him in NXT, but like I don't know, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the way I look at it. Is
it's not that I think the main roster has killed Andrade's speed. I just don't think he's good enough to be on the main roster, but I feel like he just doesn't have that like. It's different than NXT.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know.
Where was Dakota? I knew NXT didn't feel right. Johnny Valentine shooting on Finn, losing to Bobby Lashley like 12 times. Yeah.
Angel Garza can't speak English that well, too, so why not put him with Selena Vega?
He can't speak English well, but I love what he does. I mean, even if he can't speak it well,
even though his English is not
facial
super
expressions,
clear,
the way he expressed himself the other night with...
And even during his promo tonight, his English is not that great.
No.
But it's understandable.
Yes.
You can understand what he's saying well enough. And there's just this like spark.
Yeah.
Like there's just something there that not a lot of people have.
I agree.
So we then get backstage. Undisputed Era is looking for Ciampa. Garza has very good English if you saw his backstage promos. Well, from what they show and what they've showed on television.
I think the big thing is it's a matter of how comfortable they feel doing the English part in front of crowds.
Yeah. If Nakamura can do it, they can do it too. They're great wrestlers.
It's one thing doing it backstage when there's nobody, like, you don't have a lot of eyes on you.
Mm-hmm.
And then doing it out
in front of people.
In front of,
It makes a difference.
3,000 people plus, 700,000 people watching on TV.
So we then got a Mercedes Martinez video essentially just talking about her journey to NXT. I thought this was very well done. I thought it explained stuff, pretty well in a short amount of time. And I like it. I like Mercedes Martinez a lot. She's worked her butt off to get to where she is. And I'm glad she's in NXT.
Yeah.
We then get Dominic Dijakovic versus Killian Dain. Okay. Killian Dain. What is the purpose of him being on the NXT roster? Because when you have guys like Dijakovic,
don't know.
Like
what are you guys doing? Predictions for Portland Takeover?
Don't know. Sometime next week.
Yes.
When you have guys on the roster like Dominic Dijakovic,
by Thursday,
like Damian Priest, like Keith Lee, like Velveteen Dream, I really see no use for a guy like Killian Dain. In my personal and professional opinion, I would send him over to NXT UK.
Yeah.
Because I think he'd probably be more useful over there than he is on NXT currently.
I agree.
I just don't see a use for him. When they first brought him back, it was like, woohoo! Woohoo! Yay! Killian Dain, he's doing something. But now it's just kind of like, why? Like, there's no use for this. There's no use for him in NXT. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I think, like I said, with guys like Priest and Lee and Dream and Dijakovic, like, there is no use for him in the North American title scene.
No, I agree.
So, I don't know. I don't know.
I agree.
I somewhat agree with you.
You know what I realized isn't fair? The Spanish announcers have to translate besides when they speak Spanish. They could just give us translators. Yeah.
Whenever they let the Spanish announcers keep a table.
Yeah.
So Dijakovic won, and then we get told that Dijakovic versus Keith Lee is official for NXT TakeOver Portland. Keith Lee then comes out to shake hands with Dijakovic, and that's where we left it. So it was cool.
Segment.
I liked it. I thought it was, a nice sign of respect of Keith Lee and Dijakovic shaking hands, and now in 2 weeks they're going to beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah. I would like to hear Morrow do commentary in a different language one day. That'd be cool. Caters are better having her lose every single week. Yes. Yes,
so,
James.
Dijakovic, I think it'll be a good match with Keith Lee.
Yeah, he's not winning.
They always have good matches. Always. But,
I'm glad Dijakovic versus Lee are going to showcase on the big stage.
I agree. I think they've had so many matches together that have been so good.
And I think that it'll be awesome.
It'll tear the house down. But I have
on the big show.
Is something going to happen during the match? Like something, you know, not like crazy with like two of them, but is somebody going to like show up?
Might.
Like cause
someone unexpected.
Havoc?
Might.
Like, because I feel like doing this match is a good idea because it's a good... They work so well together.
I agree.
And they always put on a good show. But I feel like having this match again for the 35,000th time.
I think having those two as a tag team would be nuts.
Like, makes me feel like maybe something's going to happen. Keith Lee, like, gets the win and then somebody shows up and is like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to beat you up.
Yeah. I think something will happen.
Like, I don't know. I just get the feeling like something's going to happen.
Dijakovic versus Lee sounds good on paper, but the build to the match is killing it. I don't know. I think the one thing they're doing is they're doing this one a little bit different than they did, like, most of them. Mm-hmm. They're showing that these guys have respect for each other because of the matches they've had in the past.
Exactly.
And so this whole thing
they really don't have to build anything up to take over.
I think the one thing they're doing with them is okay, we respect each other. But I think they're, you know, I think something could happen at TakeOver with them.
I really think something could. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. So we then get Undisputed Era backstage again. They're still looking for Ciampa. I said that weird. Ciampa. They're still looking for Ciampa. They then attack Kushida because Kushida will not answer their question. Bronson Reed then comes over and is like, you want to fight, bros? You want to fight? And then Roddy knees him in the head. Oh, well, they put Kushida through the trash can.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
So.
Good thing Kushida came to NXT. He's probably really happy about signing with the WWE.
He's getting thrown through trash cans, guys. I can't spell Dijakovic without feeling insecure if I spelled his name right or not.
Yeah.
There will be 6 matches at TakeOver, which is different from the usual 5. I said the same thing the other day. I was like, dude, if they make Keith Lee versus Dijakovic in a special match, like, that's like 5 matches.
That is 5 matches.
That one, Tegan and Dakota, Rhea and Bianca, Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano. What's the other one? Oh, the Bruiserweights.
Yeah.
So that's 6 matches right there. So it should be a really good show. We then get Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano, the interview. Johnny Gargano says, I've been counting down the days for 3 months to get my hands on the Prince. Finn says, oh, you've been waiting 3 months, Johnny? I've been waiting 4 years to get my hands on you. Johnny then said, Finn Balor said something else, you know, intense and, oh, I'm going to kill you or whatever. And then Johnny's like, oh, yes, this is the guy I want to fight. Not the one who lost to Bobby Lashley 17 times on Raw. Because if that guy shows up, I'm going to beat the crap out of you. And then, you know, Finn is like, that person is dead. And it was so good.
It's not Johnny Gargano, it's Johnny Valentine.
Whatever, close enough. Will the Demon King return? Maybe. Maybe.
I would like to see it.
I'd be okay with it.
I don't know if he likes doing it.
Not because it takes 45,000 years to get on. But I mean, hey. Whatever.
You kind of get a sense that he's going to return.
But I kind of like this Finn though.
Or is the demon coming back to life?
I kind of love this
because this whole attitude with Finn seems to be kind of that way.
I love the whole like.
Demon King needs different move set, same guy, different entrance movements. Yeah, I can see that.
I like this Finn though. Like he's just like, I'm coming to kill you. But straight up, I have no heart. I'm coming to kill you. That's what I'm coming to do. And then I'm gonna leave. And I'm not gonna be happy about it because I don't care if we get match of the year. I don't care. Okay. I don't care. That's not what I'm here for.
Demon should return only on the main roster to Demon versus the Fiend. That'd be interesting.
No.
So does Finn Balor get in a new theme?
No, I don't think so. I like his theme.
You'd almost think he would need one.
Yeah, they threatened to murder each other. Family-friendly promo. And then Johnny was like, I'm going to stab you in the heart. And then Finn was like, hey, Johnny, here's some info for you. I have no heart. And I was like, Jeez, these two dudes are gonna go out there and kill each other. I'm like, what? Guys, calm your faces. We don't need to get that intense. Like, you can beat each other up, sure. Like, but don't murder each other.
Finn Balor will fit good in an Irish. Let's move that over.
King, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
King.
Irish King song. Yeah, I think so too.
Finn said something like, "I want this to be your last match." Cool promo.
Yeah,
it was a really good
I thought it was
whole
good.
like back and forth between the two
Yeah,
of them.
I thought it was
I
cool.
love the build up for this feud. It's been so good. I mean, everything from when Johnny got taken out to like now. Like it's all been built up so very well, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Is the Finn Gargano feud ending at TakeOver or no?
I would say yes.
I'm gonna say it's gonna end, but I don't think it's truly ever gonna be over. I think these two guys are going to hate each other for all of eternity. It's almost like Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano. Neither guy is ever gonna like one another.
No.
Like, if they get thrown in the same place at the same time ever again, they're gonna beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
So, but I think it'll be like the end of like
They should be
their
able
whole
to
feud
make it
together.
a
I think
death
they'll just
match.
kind of
Finn
like,
dies
you
and
know,
the demon return. That'd be cool.
feed off, you know, to their own feuds, you know.
That'd be cool. I think
It would be cool.
I think that'd be a cool match
It would be cool.
and a
So-
cool storyline. I think.
Definitely.
I love how people compare Jordan Devlin to Balor, which I can see the similarity.
See, I think they are both similar, but they at the same time are both very different. I feel like a lot of people compare the two because they're both
They're alike,
Irish.
but they're different. They're just alike, but they're different.
They are, but I feel like a lot of times they're very different.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like people are like, oh, you know, they're both Irish.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where a lot of the similarity comes from. I'm like, yeah, I get that. It's cool. And I think they're both really good, and I like both of them.
Yeah, I agree.
But you know, like, they're very similar, but they're very different at the same time.
Very similar, but very different. 100% agree.
I mean, aren't
With
they
you.
though?
Yeah, I agree. I think that they are.
So we then have Mercedes versus Kacy.
Who do you have winning the women's street fight, Tegan Nox or Dakota? I think Nox wins.
I agree.
Finn Balor a Slipknot song.
So we got Mercedes Martinez versus Kacy Catanzaro. This was pretty much just a total beatdown on Kacy.
Yeah.
Which sucks because she just came back. But it's good for Mercedes because they need to build her up so she can be like
I agree.
top contender for Rhea, you know? So Mercedes won. Good match. Like I said, lots of beatdown on Kacy. We then get a Rhea interview, essentially just asking about, you know, well, Charlotte's supposed to be here tonight, so what are your thoughts on that? And she was just like, well, I'm not really focused on that. I'm focused on Bianca right now, so yes. And then Undisputed Era backstage again. Ciampa finds them. He attacks them. They attack him. I don't know what happened first. I missed it. They then get taken to ringside. Ciampa and Adam Cole. The Broserweights then come out to help Ciampa, and the rest have to pull them apart. Regal then comes out and says, "This is getting settled tonight. We're not doing this ever again." Have I ever mentioned how much I love Regal? Because I just love the fact that, like, he doesn't get involved unless he really has to.
Yeah.
Like, that makes it so different from, like, any authority figure that we've had on Raw or SmackDown, because they just stick their noses where it doesn't belong.
Yeah.
Like, Regal is like, okay, yeah, you guys can go beat each other up to a point, and then I'm going to come out and stop you because it's just not okay anymore. You know, you might be on the floor with a broken nose that's bleeding everywhere, but I'm going to come out after that and stop it. I just love that he doesn't get involved unless he's, like, 100% has to.
I agree. I think what they do with him is pretty good.
It makes it different, and it makes me like it a lot more.
Yeah.
It makes me appreciate him.
Yeah.
You know? So,
I seriously think that's like the third or fourth women's street fight match ever in WWE history. I could be wrong. I stopped watching between 2012 and 2013. So I missed a lot.
Whoa! WWE signed Timothy Thatcher and Killer Cross. Oh my. Yeah,
Yes.
they did. They signed Killer Cross.
You know what that means,
yesterday.
Eliza? Their careers are over.
No, it doesn't.
Ask Kushida.
Killer Cross
Just
is
saying.
going to be in NXT, but then he's going to be moved to Raw or SmackDown because he's exactly what Vince wants. Like 100%. Like a big dude, that could be Brock Lesnar, but not Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? That seems to be what Vince likes. So I feel like he's going to make it on the main roster, like, pretty quickly.
He might. I just don't think that, it seems like you signed with WWE, it's kind of the killer.
And with Timothy Thatcher, he was apparently in the original Imperium. So I could foresee him going to NXT UK and joining back up with them.
Buried. Yeah, definitely buried. Yeah, that'd be cool.
But I think Killer Cross is going to be, like, a big deal. Like, a big deal in NXT for a while, and then I think Vince is going to be like, I want that guy. Give me that guy.
Yeah, probably.
Bring him over here. You know? Killer Cross versus Roman Reigns for the WWE title. No.
You laugh, you might see it.
So, we then get...
I'm biting my tongue, I guess my thumbs, until the end.
We then get what was legit the longest freaking match in the history of matches on NXT. Jordan Devlin. Jordan Devlin versus Tyler Breeze.
I agree, Export. They should do that. They should give him a run in the on the NXT and then move him up.
I agree with you, but I said, I feel like he is everything that Vince wants. Yeah. So I feel like I could foresee him getting moved over very quickly, like maybe having a short run in NXT, and then Vince is gonna be like, "Give me that guy."
What pay-per-view are you looking forward to most this month?
Probably Takeover Portland.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, because we have that, and then we have the Saudi show, and then we have AEW.
Yeah.
Probably Takeover, because I think it's just been built up the best, and I'm excited to see how that goes down. Saudi show, I mean, whatever. We're going to watch it, and it'll be fine or whatever, but nothing is going to happen on it, so whatever.
I will say, if I watched Ring of Honor, what they're doing, I think it's this weekend, might be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. So, Jordan Devlin versus Tyler Breeze. Why was this match so long? This match legit, okay.
Triple threat match between Charlotte Bianca and Rhea. No, I hope not. Don't want to see it. It's probably going to happen, but I don't want to see it. If Dolph and Gillberg have a match, again, I'm dead. I'm assuming you're saying Goldberg, because Gillberg, I haven't seen. Maybe they
Killer Cross
brought him back to...
Sheamus seems to hate short people. As a short person myself, I'm scared.
Maven complained about a good match. How could you?
This match was 45 freaking years, and I like Jordan Devlin, but this was just way too long.
You left the room 17 times.
I did, because it was so freaking long. I was like, no, guys. I like Tyler Breeze, and I like Jordan Devlin as much as the next guy, okay?
Yeah.
But, man, it was so long. It was dragging on forever. Like, okay, it was good in the beginning, and I thought it was fine. But to a point, it started dragging on, and I was just like, is this ever going to end? I left twice. Twice, you guys. Not even, like, twice. And the match was still going on.
I think the issue they had was you also had Bianca and Rhea coming up, and you also had the anticipation that the Dream was going to show up. Which probably made this match last longer. What match I will take? Joey Janela versus Rockstar or Devlin versus Breeze.
Janela versus Kip Sabian. I prefer that match over this one.
Yeah.
This might have been a good match, but dragging on forever made it bad.
What's next for Bray, though? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do with him.
Kane is next for Bray.
Yeah, probably.
He's showing up, and he's going to do this whole Saudi show
thing.
And then after that, I have no idea. Probably Roman, which is going to suck. But, probably Roman.
Yeah.
Which means Roman's going to get the title. But probably Roman.
Yeah.
I don't like Roman. So, Breeze ends up getting beaten by Devlin before the match, and then Breeze ends up getting beaten during the match by Devlin, and then Devlin ends up winning the match. So, cool. Like, it was legit 45 years to get to Devlin winning. Like, okay, awesome. We all knew Devlin was going to win in the first place, so why did it need to be 45 freaking years?
45 freaking years.
It didn't make any sense to me.
No.
We then get the Bianca, Rhea, Charlotte face off.
Yeah.
This was so... Let me just go through the segment first. Bianca comes out. She says, in a little over a week, I will become your new NXT champion. She then says, I don't care about the queen. I'm not worried about the queen. All I want is Rhea to come out here face to face with me. Charlotte then comes out. She gets on the mic. She says, I have a lot of respect for you, Bianca, but you are not me. Okay? You're not me. Okay? Rhea then comes out, and Rhea says, if you came here for a purpose, Charlotte, then spit it out. Bianca then goes, hold up, wait a minute. You're standing here, and you don't even go here. And then she turns to Rhea and goes, and you think you're gonna beat me? Charlotte then tells Bianca to step off, because this is champion's business. And then she goes, why don't you go over there and fix your hair? And Bianca, during this whole thing, I kid you not, she's just like,
you didn't just do that. And I was like, man, this is stupid.
I thought, okay, Bianca on the side I thought was funny during when Rhea and Charlotte were like talking to each other. And then Rhea goes, whoa. I didn't come to your place disrespecting you, so you don't come here to our place and disrespect us, okay? You don't do that. We have a little saying here. We are NXT. And then they beat up on...
Girl, no, you just didn't.
And then...
Look, Forgetty didn't even watch it, and she knows exactly what was happening.
Exactly. And then they end up taking out Charlotte, and then Bianca and Rhea are just standing there face to face. Okay. Due to the fact that Charlotte did not give any answer, I think they're going to drag this out till Andrade gets back. Because I really thought she was going to answer tonight, and I was going to be like, no. Let's just... I'm going to go all Bianca on that for a minute and go...
I'm sticking with what I said.
Hold up. Wait a minute. No. No.
She knows how to speak in girl.
If that's what they were going to do here, and they were just going to announce it's going to be Charlotte and Rhea... No. I'm not... It'll be a fine match, but it's kind of like you guys just dug yourself into a...
Dude, you just smashed my hand.
A really deep hole here. It's so deep, you can't even see me anymore, okay? That's how deep the hole is that they are digging themselves into if they do Rhea versus Charlotte. Because you cannot have Rhea lose. You can't have Charlotte lose. So what you gonna do with that? Nothing. You can't do anything with that. So I don't know what to do.
If they do Rhea.
Now I could see them doing what a couple people have said in the chat.
If
Charlotte,
they do a triple threat match, then it's stupid.
I do
It's
not want
dumb.
that. No.
Sorry, my phone got hacked.
I don't want...
Ronda Rousey versus The Fiend at WrestleMania.
I don't want...
I'm telling you, they're setting up an Andrade versus Charlotte match.
With the fact that they dragged this out and did not say yes to Rhea tonight, I have a feeling they're dragging this out till Andrade gets back.
Well, they didn't even, like, she got face planted, and then they really didn't show her the rest of the time.
No, it was just
she like slid out of the ring.
Or they did all of this only to have Charlotte show up next weekend at the pay-per-view to cost Rhea the title or whatever, or try to cause a distraction, cause a DQ maybe.
The question I have
and
is,
then it ends up being a freaking triple threat at WrestleMania.
Why
would you do that? Then you have to have Bianca win if you do a triple threat at WrestleMania. I'm sorry, there is no other option.
Did they ever say what Andrade did to get suspended?
I don't think so.
I haven't seen anything official on why he got suspended. If they do a triple threat match, first off, it's on at WrestleMania, so and then it's for the NXT title. I just don't see it happening.
You have to have Bianca win if you do that.
If they do a Charlotte versus Andrade match, rest in peace, Andrade. I agree. I think so. I think that's where we're headed. I think we're headed to. She's had the NXT title. they said the other day that, that the way she talked the other day is, I've had the SmackDown title, I've had the Raw title. And then she goes, I've had every title, but, and then that's kind of where it ended.
She's had the NXT title too, so it makes no sense to give her the NXT title again.
Watch Triple H put Charlotte and Becky versus Belair and Rhea. Watch. No.
If you're going to do that,
no.
Then why? Like, why have her fight for the NXT title again? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So if you were going to do the triple threat at WrestleMania, which I highly hope they don't, because I don't want to see another triple threat women's match at Mania. I mean, it'd be a good moment for if. Only way I'm okay with it is if Belair walks out with the title. That is the only way I'm okay with it.
Well, what's the point of it? I don't understand.
There is no favorite. There is no favorite. There is no point. I was reading favoritism and then
Charlotte
I
has
said favorite.
favoritism. WWE, she's good, but not that good. She is big enough that she can compete with some of the smaller men's wrestlers. She can compete with and make it believable facing Andrade. I think she could make it believable facing Andrade. I think that some of the small. It's no different than Rey Mysterio facing some of these guys.
Yeah.
And so I think that she could make it believable facing some of these guys to do the intergender thing. And I've said, Vince doesn't like to be outdone with things.
Mhm.
And with the whole
Tessa winning the title.
Yeah, Tessa winning the title. A lot of the other organizations have intergender wrestling. I don't see Vince wanting to sit back and go, well, I'm going to let these guys outdo me.
See, I don't understand why more people aren't looking at this
he can have her win a title without having her win one of the major titles.
I don't know why not many people are looking at this and saying, oh, on Charlotte going for one of the men's mid-card titles, why is nobody thinking about that? Legit, when Charlotte won the Rumble, everybody was like, oh, cool. She's probably going to fight Becky or Bayley. Awesome, 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 right? We've seen that about 1,000 times. But then stuff came out about, oh, well, what if she fights Rhea? And everybody's like, oh my gosh, that would be so cool. Like, but I just don't understand why more people aren't looking at it like, well, what if she goes for one of the mid-card men's titles? Because I totally think that there's a high probability of that happening. Like, why would you do, like, Rhea? I mean, it'd be a fine match, but like I said, they're digging themselves into a really freaking deep hole if they do that. Because where do you go from there? You can't have Charlotte lose. You can't have Rhea lose either. So, like, I don't know what you do with that. You can't have either win, and you can't have either lose.
I think
because then you'll have people going, oh, well, I can't even believe they just did that. They just did all of that to have Rhea lose to Charlotte Flair. And then if Rhea beats Charlotte, people are going to go, oh my gosh, I can't even believe they just did that either. Because, well, what was the whole point of this whole situation if Charlotte was just going to lose? They just buried Charlotte. Like, that's what's going to happen if they do that. And that's why I said they're digging themselves into a really deep hole, and I don't think they're going to be able to get out of it if they go with Rhea and Charlotte.
No.
It'll be a good match, don't get me wrong, but if it's for the title, which it will be, it's not going to end well.
I agree.
So I don't know. I just don't know.
How about this for Mania? Cena versus Dream, Charlotte versus Belair versus Rhea, Becky versus Shayna, Drew versus Brock, Roman versus The Fiend, Braun versus Sheamus, Cien Almas versus Jordan Devlin for the Cruiserweight BL belt. I mean,
that'd be fine.
It'd be okay. I mean, I don't know. I think the one thing you have is I don't like the Charlotte Belair Rhea thing. I don't like triple threat matches for a title.
No. It ruined the whole thing last year with the women's main event because it was a triple threat.
I think that it's absolutely ridiculous.
Don't do that again at WrestleMania.
It's kind of dumb. And if you're going to have it on the biggest stage, you got to have one-on-one.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
So we then get Ciampa and the Broserweights versus Undisputed Era.
What will they do with the tag team titles at Mania?
They'll probably be defended in the Battle Royal at the very beginning of the show.
They are going to be put in the trash, I believe. I agree. If a woman beats a man for a title, who becomes the face and the heel? When the woman loses the title, It's a good question.
Depends on how they've been booked, how they've been built up, I suppose.
That's a good question. I don't know. I just want Belair to get a Mania match. She deserved it, Rhea.
Do I agree with that? Yes, but do I think it should be against Charlotte?
The
no.
thing is they're on NXT, and it's not the NXT wrestlers can't be on that WrestleMania, which I'm expecting some of them to be there. I just don't want to see a triple threat match
at Mania.
With it.
No, I agree.
Book Adam Cole versus Ciampa at Mania. That would be awesome.
I'm telling y'all, it's going to be a triple threat match. Watch
I think they should have all the
titles.
And
I'm telling y'all, it's going to be Andrade.
All titles should be on the line at Mania.
Who loses the title first, Becky or Jericho? Jericho. He's losing the title in 2 weeks to Moxley. 3 weeks.
That is a good question, little fettuccine.
Moxley, because he's defending at the pay-per-view, and the pay-per-view is before.
I know.
Moxley. Jericho.
Yeah.
Becky's losing her title at WrestleMania. She's holding her title till WrestleMania, and then she's losing it.
Did you assume WWE was going to do a WrestleMania Part 1 and Part 2? So, like, Day 1, Day 2? I've heard him talking about doing that.
Personally, in my professional and personal opinion...
Yes.
I don't love that idea, because I feel like it then takes...
professional opinion. Because we're no longer, just peons. We're pros.
I just think, I just don't love the idea of that, because I feel like it takes away from the whole, WrestleMania aspect if you have it, 2 days. It's supposed to be, the one event of the year, But I feel like if you do it 2 days, it takes away from the
I like the 2-day thing.
But I don't know. Not for Mania.
Isn't it the G1 they do more
Yeah, they do it for G1, but I just don't like the idea of that for WrestleMania.
You have 2 days anyway, don't you? Isn't
you
there
have
NXT thing?
NXT generally, but it's a whole different thing.
If you're going to have NXT on, just combine them and have a little bit. Then you don't even have to have a pre-show and go, well, you're going to be on the pre-show. Just put
Except
some
have a
of them
pre-show
on one
anyways,
end, some of them on the other.
I don't know.
WrestleMania is too long, though. That's why I think they split it. Just have some.
Or just don't have 45 matches on your card. I mean, that could be a.
Well, that would help, but I think if you put some of your NXT people on the main, the second day, I think it makes it more interesting. I don't know. Agreed, NXT for Part 1 and Raw and SmackDown for Part 2. I don't think so. I think if you're going to do the combination thing where you have potentially Charlotte with Rhea and Belair, I think you put that on the main card.
Here's what I think they should do. They should, if they want to put NXT talent on the show, they always have an intercontinental ladder match. Instead of putting nobodies in that match, why don't you throw some of your NXT talent in there? Becky's not losing her title.
She's holding it to SummerSlam.
Well, I think you're mistaken. She's losing it at WrestleMania. She's losing it to Shayna. If she retains it, I will be very shocked. But I have a gut feeling she's losing it to Shayna at WrestleMania. Shayna's going to show up this Monday. I'm calling it right now. Shayna's showing up this Monday. She's going to make sure that Becky does not lose her title to Asuka on Monday because she wants to fight Becky at WrestleMania.
If WWE loses too much money, the entrances may get toned down at WrestleMania. One of the best parts of WrestleMania is the entrances. The thing about them losing money...
they're like a multi-billion-dollar company.
They're still drawing more people than a lot of NBA games.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're losing money that bad.
Real quick.
I mean, they're losing money compared to what, they were making, but I don't think it's oh crap, we're in serious trouble here.
We'll do the power rankings in just a minute, little fettuccine. Ciampa, the Bruiseweights versus Undisputed Era. The match finishes, I don't even know who won, I didn't even write it down. I think it was Ciampa, but I could be wrong. It might not have been anybody, because, well, I just didn't write it down. And then we get the flashing of the screen. 5:22. And then they all, come together, and we go, ow! Do-do-do-do-do! Do-do-do-do-do!
And then the Dream's up on the top rope.
And the Dream's on the top rope. And he just takes out all 4 members of the Undisputed Era. And then he gets Roddy. And then he, rips his pants off. And underneath, he has, Rick Rude type pants. And he has Roddy's wife's face and his kid on dude's pants. And I thought it was so good and so genius. And I thought it was excellent.
Yeah. I agree.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Such a good return.
Orton should go back to his old entrance of Pyro. Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Well,
but like
I guess you would be
when
shocked
Cena came out in an expensive car, those cost money, especially if they get a car gets any bit of damage. I agree, but I'm sure they probably got something worked out with whatever dealership they're getting them from.
Mm-hmm.
Can't even handle the second WrestleMania because of what the whole weekend you have a whole bunch of different shows. Again, I think if you combine, get rid of the NXT portion of it, since you started to include NXT in your pay-per-views, just call it, I don't know, if you want to do, just call it day 1 WrestleMania, day 2 WrestleMania. I mean, and just mix up the matches.
Well, I guess you will be shocked then.
I think it would help NXT get over if you had them both on both, across both days. Which could be why we have 6. Right now they're testing 6 NXT matches. Maybe that translates into 3 matches one night on a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And 3 nights on another day. Who does Dream feud with after Takeover?
Roddy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. How about bring Sheamus' old theme back and Jeff Hardy too? Yes, I agree.
Well,
I hear Orton hated Burn It in My Light. That would
Sean needs his own theme back. What is with his new theme?
Yeah.
It doesn't fit him.
Yeah.
I actually like his theme. Not kidding here. I like his theme. I think it's catchy. I think it's a bop. I think it's good. Well, I guess then you'll be shocked then. Well, I'm guessing not, James, because I'm pretty sure Becky's losing her title at WrestleMania. I'm just saying. I like Becky, but I'm pretty sure she's losing her title at WrestleMania. Aren't you pretty sure?
Yeah, I would say she's losing.
Shayna doesn't deserve to lace Becky's boots.
That's why she's gonna pin her.
Because
she's way past the lace and boots thing. She's to the I'm gonna beat you thing.
She's showing up on Monday.
Did you see Drew McIntyre on WWE Fox? Someone asked him about his old intro, and Drew says he gets questions about his old intro a lot. He ended up bringing it back, Broken Dreams at WrestleMania.
I hope he does. Yeah, Broken Dreams, man. It was such a good, if you liked it, you liked it. If you hated it, you hated it. But I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
I love his whole thing with that theme song. I thought it was good, man. So, I don't know, man.
So overall tonight, I thought both shows were really good.
I agree.
Becky's good. Just remember that.
I don't disagree with you. But I'm just telling you, man. I'm just trying to prepare you. She's losing her titles. She's losing her title at WrestleMania. I'm just saying. Ooh. Oh, did you guys want to see my roster? Do you guys want to hear my roster?
Did you
I don't think it's on here. I have to go to.
You didn't type it up?
It's not on here.
Alright, let me find this real quick.
Oh.
Because since we're going to do the...
Power rankings.
Power rankings.
Yes. OMG, what if Lana, Liv, and Ruby love triangle turned into Sarah Logan? No.
That's funny.
We don't need that. We really don't need that. Kevin Owens came out to Stone Cold Team at Mania. Gleen, did you hear Drew McIntyre thinking about bringing Broken Dreams back?
Yes.
Let's go.
I think it'd be cool.
It would be cool. Like 100% agree.
So, power rankings. I would say number 5, I would go with... How you doing, Clark? I would go with The Dream's return tonight. It's number 5. I take that back. I'm going to go with the Cody taking the beating tonight.
Did you just say number 5 is... What did you just say? Number 5 is...
The Dream coming back.
My number 5 is the Cody beating.
That's what I was going to say. I changed my mind. I'm going to go with number 5 is the Cody beating.
Agreed.
Number 4 is The Dream.
Number 4, I'm going to say is... Garza on Raw. Go ahead. What's your number 4? The Dream returning?
Yeah, The Dream returning.
Okay. My number 3 is going to be Dream returning.
Okay.
What's your number 3?
My number 3, Aleister Black.
Oh, his promo was good.
His promo. Was awesome.
Number 2, I'm going to say... Actually, I'm going to switch this. Number 3 is the Becky Asuka thing. Number 2 is Angel Garza on Raw.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
What's your number 2?
Number 2, I'm going to say is the Charlotte and Rhea.
I'm going to say my number 1 segment this week is... I'm going to go with, like, the whole thing on NXT with Bianca and Charlotte and Rhea, because I thought Bianca was funny, and that made me like that segment a lot.
All right. My number 1 is Randy Orton.
Okay. I'll take that.
Loved his promo.
That's fine. That's cool.
Awesome.
I'm cool with that.
And he didn't even say anything.
So...
Observing stuff. Aleister Black. AB.
Black.
AB.
That's hilarious.
Velveteen's return was cool. I got scared when he started dripping off his clothes. He's a different kind of fellow, to say the least. I loved his pants. His pants were awesome.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. His pants were awesome.
His pants were awesome, I thought.
I agree. So, guys, did you want to hear who I'd put where in the women's division?
Okay, go ahead.
You can speak first, because I'm going to be a while.
The whole thing was cool. I think he's been lifting weights. You can close that. He's been lifting weights, I think. I think he's bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Like, more buff. I mean, does anybody else think that?
I think he looks bigger.
Do you still have your list that you made on Monday? Yep.
Yes.
You got it right here.
I have my list. Guys, do you know how awesome I am? I hope this didn't get messed up when I was fixing this, because I don't know if you saw this. I made a graphic!
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Are you ready?
I didn't even know you had something put together.
Boom. It didn't work!
That's awesome! That's it.
I'll fix it. Maven Rants presents the women's division. Revamped! See? I made a graphic and everything!
That was awesome.
I know, right? I'm so cool! Guys, so...
I did not know that was coming.
No, I made a graphic the other day and you didn't see it, and I put it on there and then the stupid button didn't work. See, I even got a stamp.
Yeah.
Revamped.
That was cool.
It's the revamped stamp.
Yeah, the revamped stamp.
I'm a cheeseball sometimes. So, guys, the way I did this, I strategically thought, where would I put each person, okay? Now, this is just one step to make the women's division better. Obviously, they have to do good stories. But I think currently as it stands, the women's division sucks. At least on Raw. And I think, like, they need to fix that, because I feel like it's not, I'm going to use the word fair. I hate using the word fair. But I feel like the women's division on Raw is the worst out of all of them, and I feel like they got the worst deal out of the draft. And I did not think that was super fair. Okay? So, I redid the division. So, are you ready for this?
Before you go on. One of the weekends, one of the washed up old farts that you constantly bring back is Hogan, because that's the WWE only caring about the washed up old farts. I don't think it's because they only care about the old farts. I think it's because the old farts draw a pop, and the crowd, they get a reaction from the crowd. I mean, every one of them, every time they bring one back, they get a pop from the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize, a lot of times it's just a one-time deal that they're bringing it back, but the fact is that they're bringing them back, and they get a pop where a lot of the wrestlers don't do that.
This is so funny. Somebody tweeted Bayley. They said, "Why don't you have a VIP signing at Mania?" Bayley replied, "'Cause I don't want to meet you."
That's funny.
That was hilarious.
Velveteen also speaks in girl, if you catch my drift. Okay, I'm done. Seriously, though. He gives me cool gold dust vibes, which is a good thing.
He really does, though.
That is fun. I think it was observing stuff. Did you mention that having him and Breezango team up as a faction? Someone mentioned it earlier. I don't remember who it was. But having them be a faction, I think would be cool.
Mm-hmm. So, guys.
I think it'd be awesome having them be a faction.
Are you ready?
All right, let's hear your women's the women's. Here.
It didn't work.
Wait. Here's why. I know why. Okay. Oops.
Boom. Revamped.
The revamped Maven
division. Yes, guys. See, I'm so cool. So, guys.
Except for you messed up this, hitting the little button.
I did, because it didn't work. That was not my problem. That was not my fault. So, I started with Raw. And I did not mention that I don't know who the other person is, but Velveteen could be good teamed with anyone.
I agree.
Agreed. So, my Raw division would be Charlotte. That's what I just hit myself in the face. Would be Charlotte, Bianca, Asuka, Sasha, and Rhea. Those would be like the top 5, like, contenders for like the women's title, consistently.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then we throw in Kairi Sane, Naomi, Ruby Riott, Lana, because, well, I didn't really know where else to put her, Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss, Deonna Purrazzo from NXT, Zelina, and then Kacy Catanzaro. That would be my Raw division. And I just feel like it's a good mix of, like, it's just a good mix. A better mix than what they have currently. Because I feel like the Raw division, as it stands right now, just kind of sucks. So, I think just moving some of those people over would be better. So, I kept Charlotte and Asuka and Kairi on Raw just because I feel like they fit really well there. And I didn't break up Asuka and Kairi because I like them together as a tag team. Or, like, as a duo, you know what I mean? So, I kept them there. And then I added Bianca because I thought she would be a good fit for Raw.
Yeah.
With all of those people. I moved Sasha over, and then, of course, Rhea would work well on any of the shows. But I put her on Raw because I felt that division could use her more than the other ones.
Yeah.
And then, like, some of the other ones, like Naomi and Ruby and Alexa, they're just kind of, like, other ones that work really well on Raw.
No Becky, James. No Becky. She wasn't on.
And then I put a couple of those other people that are from NXT that aren't as out there as much that could be used better.
Yeah.
Like Kacy Catanzaro, for instance, because tonight she just got beat down.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see her
not get beat down.
Used more and, like, be put out there more.
Yeah.
And I feel like if she was on the Raw division, I feel like that could be better, So then I did SmackDown. And on SmackDown I have Becky, Bayley, Candice, Lacey, and Shayna. Those would be, like, the top 5. Because personally, in my eyes, I feel like Candice really is one of the better women in NXT's division.
Okay.
And I feel like they don't use her super
No, they don't.
well. And so I think putting her over on SmackDown and putting her in a feud with Bayley or Carmella or Lacey or anybody would be better than what they're doing with her in NXT currently. So those would be my top 5. And then, of course, Shayna. Shayna can be used with literally anybody and look like a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Carmella, Nia. I put Kaylee Ray on there because I thought...
They don't even use Carmella on SmackDown. I know.
I thought they could use Kaylee Ray better on SmackDown. Now, guys, mind you, this is just me making the division better and dividing them up more equally because the divisions suck. Okay? Just the way they're divided. The people they have in the division are really good. I just think they need to be divided up differently in order to get better matchups.
Yeah.
So, Carmella, Nia, Kaylee Ray, I put her on SmackDown because I think she's really good. And I think she, on NXT UK, doesn't get a whole lot of spotlight. I mean, she's their champion right now, but I feel like they don't do that much with her.
Okay.
So I think putting her on SmackDown and giving her some fresh matchups with other people that you've never seen her fight before would be more useful for her than being on NXT.
Okay.
I have Liv Morgan, Mandy, Tamina, the Iconics, and then Mercedes Martinez because, again, like Shayna, you can put Mercedes up against anybody and she can look like a monster.
Alright.
So that would be my SmackDown division. Then I have NXT. In NXT, I wanted to keep some of the people that have been there for a while. Because I think if you move all of their superstars over onto Raw and SmackDown, then you have nothing left on NXT. Because there aren't really that many women there that have been built up outside of, like, Rhea, Bianca, Shayna. I mean, who else? They're like the 3 top stars there.
Yeah.
So my NXT division would be Aew, Dakota, Tegan, Mia, and Ember Moon. as the top 5 because I think Ember Moon would be used better in NXT. I feel like she almost fits better with NXT than on Raw or SmackDown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would be my top 5. And then I would add Toni to NXT. I'd move her over from the UK because I think she's just kind of done everything she can in the UK. And I think she needs some fresh new matchups too. Natalya, I moved Natalya over to NXT because I think she could help their division out better than she's helping Raw and SmackDown currently. I just think using her in more of a I'm going to put somebody over position in NXT is going to work better than her being on Raw and SmackDown.
Okay.
So I put her there. And then I moved Sonya over to NXT because Sonya could be a good person, a good fit for NXT because I think she'd be used more than on SmackDown with Mandy. And then she'd get her own character and stuff. And then Tainara, Xia Li, I'd move Sarah Logan over to NXT because I think more, for her, it's more along the lines of just developing a character and more in-ring skills, I suppose. Because I think she's good, but I don't think she's that great. And I think putting her in the Riot Squad was like a good spot for her to begin with because it kind of just overshadowed the fact that I don't really know what your character is, but you're in the Riot Squad and so it makes you cool. But now that she has no Riot Squad, it's almost like, well, what do we do with her now? You know, so I think putting her in NXT just to develop her character and develop her in-ring skills is going to be the best thing for her. And then Dana, I think it's pretty obvious why I put Dana in NXT. Chelsea Green, and then Shotzi Blackheart. They all stay there in NXT. And then in my go-away column, because I don't really care what happens with you, you're not going to be on my show, I put Shafir and Duke because, well, if they just go to the PC and, like, train, cool, because y'all gotta get better. You don't deserve to be on Raw, SmackDown, or NXT, in my personal and professional opinion. Just go away. And then Aaliyah and Vanessa Bourne because I don't like either of them, so they can go away too. So they were literally put in my go away column. It actually says go away. So.
Okay. It does say go away, I see that. So that was the Maven's Rants presents the women's division.
Revamped! Yes.
Yeah.
What does everybody think? I think I divided the women's division better. And you got fresh new matchups. Like I said, the other thing that has to come with it is stories, but I think just dividing them up differently.
Yeah.
With fresh matchups makes it different.
I agree.
Why, do you not like my women's division?
That's okay. I told you what I'd do. Question.
You've given their own show.
Off the face of the earth. Yeah, I think they did. Are they just doing the are they just in the training?
Well,
is that all they're doing now?
Who?
Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, Dumb and Dumber, yeah. I don't know.
Because you haven't seen them.
No, they haven't been with Shayna.
No.
If Shayna goes to the main roster, they need to stay away.
Yeah.
This is why I put them in the go away column.
Yeah.
I don't care, man.
To answer your question, Zerby stuff, who are you guys' top 5 WWE wrestlers in no particular order based on your own opinion, even if people don't like them?
For me, no particular order.
So are we looking at like when you throw that question out there? Are we looking at what are we looking at? Are
like
we looking
main
at,
roster right now, like NXT.
Well, obviously
Raw,
he's got some NXT. He's got NXT in there, but are we looking
now?
Well, as far as the criteria, are we looking at are we looking at performance-wise? Are we looking at showmanship? Are we looking at in-ring skills? Are we talking about overall,
I suppose
like
just
the whole
your
thing?
favorites. Your 5 favorites from NXT, SmackDown, and Raw currently.
Basically, who should you like to see perform the most right now? All right. So as of right now, I would say Randy Orton is in my top 5. Just because of the heel turn-up that he's got going on right now. It's awesome. I would put Edge in there just because I think that those two complement each other right now, and you have a true heel face interaction going on there. So as of right now, those two would have to be in just because it's a legitimate heel, a legitimate face going on. I would say Keith Lee would be in there.
Mhm.
I would say, man, this is pretty tough.
I know. I'm like sitting here thinking, I'm like,
trying to
only 5? Only 5?
Because there's, I mean, if we're only picking 5 wrestlers, it's kind of tough to do.
Okay, mine, Drew. I love watching Drew McIntyre currently. I think his personality over the last several weeks has really, been shown, and it's made him really funny. And so Drew, I don't know.
I could see Drew being in there right now.
I'm really loving Drew currently.
And then I would go with Rhea Ripley.
Drew, I'm gonna say Ciampa.
So there's my 5.
Cause I've really loved Ciampa's stuff recently. With everything he's done, with
no pressure.
Adam Cole and stuff. I think everything he's done recently has been good. So Ciampa, Drew.
So there's a lot in NXT right now. I think that could be a top 5 just because you want to watch them and see what they do.
Ciampa, Drew.
My YouTube friend hates the Triple H Cena match from WrestleMania 2020. He especially hated their entrances. Yeah, I can see that. It's not a concrete top 5, I meant. I would say, like I said, as of right now, I think you have to have Randy Orton and Edge because the feud going on there is a legitimate heel, a legitimate face taking place. And you just don't have that in WWE much now.
Okay, Drew, Ciampa. I'm going to say Asuka just because I've thoroughly enjoyed all the stuff that she's done with Becky recently. And it's been pretty entertaining. All the green mist and stuff. So I'd say Asuka. This is hard. I have 2 more. I'm trying to think who's on SmackDown that I might like, but oh wait, I don't like anybody from SmackDown because all they seem to focus on is dog food. Is dog food an option? Is dog food an option for my top 5?
No.
Recently.
Have y'all noticed Brock has been on Raw 5 weeks in a row?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Drew, Ciampa, Asuka.
That's like 5 more times than he was on like Raw all last year.
He's getting all of his stuff out of the way now, so then like through the rest of 2020 he doesn't have to show up.
I think they're setting him up to lose.
And then go away. I'd love that. So Drew, Ciampa, Asuka, Rhea, because I've liked everything. But that's tough.
By the way, James liked your lineup for the women.
Oh, thank you. Rhea, and then I don't know. This is really tough. I don't know who to pick for my last one.
It is tough.
Adam Cole, Becky, I don't know. Keith Lee? Any of those 3, I suppose, would be fine for the last one. Because I liked everything that all 3 of them have done.
Let's make it fun. Quick top 10. Don't order now.
No, order now!
Edge, Drew, Finn, Asuka, Shinsuke, Ciampa, Orton, Rhea, and Lee. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe at the end of the month we could do that. Put out a video of our top 10.
Top
or
10
top
wrestlers.
5 or something.
Top 10 wrestlers of the month.
Top 5 women's, top 5 men's wrestlers, and then say, okay, here's our
and,
top overall.
That's tough though. All right, quick. Top 5 that we dislike for this month. Go. That's easy. Brock Lesnar, Lana, Brock Lesnar. Wow, I'm so good at this, guys. No, I'd be different than that. For sure Brock Lesnar, though. Then for sure Lana. Lana might need to go on there twice because she's really freaking annoying. Who else? Who else do I dislike currently? Oh, I don't know, Baron Corbin and his dog food. I really dislike him. And Roman Reigns. I dislike Roman Reigns, too. Top 5 dislike. Lesnar, Corbin. I don't know, man. I just, Lesnar, Lana.
Lesnar and Corbin have been there quite a bit.
Lesnar, Lana, Corbin, Roman, and my last one, I don't know. Corbin again.
I saw a quote tonight for the new XFL that starts Saturday. I hope it tanks again.
Wow!
I think it's got a shot. If they do it right.
Has got high hopes.
A lot of people want football, and they want something different. They want something new. And I think that it has a shot to be successful if they don't try and, like, do stupid stuff with it.
Oh, guys, heads up. While I'm thinking about it, next week, there will be no AEW or NXT recap show.
Oh, yeah, we'll be on.
I have another infusion next week, and so we have to leave on Wednesday. So we're going to watch the shows, but there will be no recap on them. I'll try to tweet during the shows, you know, if possible, watching from our hotel room. But we will not have a recap show next week.
Yep, it is next. Yep.
We
might be a recap
but
show next
for
week.
Thursday, we might have our NXT UK recap show. It just might be a little later than
live reaction. We'll be in a hotel room, so I don't know what kind of internet. Of course, it'll probably be better internet than we get.
Probably better internet than what we get. That's for sure. I don't know, man.
We'll think about it.
But there will be no recap show.
By the way, happy early birthday, Jono.
Yes, there will be no recap show next week though. So just for you people who are still here, so you're aware, no Wednesday recap.
Yeah.
But Thursday, like I said, we'll probably still recap NXT UK. It just might be later than it generally has been over the last couple weeks. Because the show's on at like 2 o'clock our time. And we'll watch it, but we won't be home till like later that night. So
yeah, we'll see what happens.
So there might be a recap show on Thursday. There might not. We might just recap it all on
Friday.
Well, Friday, yes, but we're not going to recap NXT and AEW on Friday because that'd be such a long show. But we might, just talk about it here and there, what we liked, what we didn't, if anything super cool happened.
All right. With that, I think that we pretty much covered everything. Oh, yes. EC3. What was the EC3 thing?
EC3. His name was WWE filed a trademark on it, but then it just it flopped.
Yeah.
They're no longer wanting EC3 trademarked.
Yeah.
So is he gonna leave?
Your internet has been good recently. You can do a StreamYard reaction and invite people. They have to mute their TVs or listen through the earphones. Well, you know what? We had issues. We've been good the last 2 weeks.
We had issues yesterday.
We had issues yesterday and the day before where our internet was. We were gonna do NWA.
Yeah, and our freaking internet.
And our internet was like dropping off completely.
So dumb.
So it has been good. It was good tonight. We had no issues tonight. So yeah, if our internet would stay good, we might be able to get up to 12 people watching our show.
Yes. So.
Make sure you tell all your friends about us.
Yes.
So they hit the like and subscribe button. And you could even have them do it on Twitch and YouTube.
Yes.
So then we get more people to, follow us and things like that. The chat is popping up a lot faster too. It's like 5 second delay at the most. Yes. Which is good. Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. And we got Twitter. We got Twitch and...
Yeah, we got Twitter, guys. We got Twitter.
Twitch and YouTube both going up right now, so... then we got followers on both. People watching on both. So... It's all good.
Yes.
So, if anybody's, watching us that hasn't subscribed, subscribe. Hit that follow, or hit the notification button so you know when we go live. And if you haven't followed us on Twitch, go follow us on Twitch. If you haven't followed us on YouTube, come follow us on YouTube. That'd be awesome. With that, now that I've done the promo thing, you can follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
You can follow us all over the place. Just check the bottom of our screen here, the little scrolling thing tells where you can follow us. So, now that I've done the promo, and I think we're going to be out, we will be back tomorrow.
Peace out, guys. Have a good one. Catch
We'll
you
have
kind folks later.
NXT UK.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I keep thinking
evening.
Tomorrow's Friday for some reason, and tomorrow's SmackDown, but no, it's not.
We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll have NXT UK, so if you want to come in and check us out, you can. We'll let you know what's happening on NXT UK. And with that, we are going to take off. Peace out, everybody. Have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, day,
have a wonderful time.
week, year, whatever you want to call it.
Peace out, guys.
Just have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful